Verse 19, whoever then breaks one of the least of these commands and teaches men so shall be called least in the kingdom of the heavens. Whoever does and teaches them shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So what this means is that whoever then breaks one of the least of these commands of his, meaning, I believe it's the commands of his. You can also, interpret this as him saying, the commands in general, not just his, but the commands of his father. That could be interpreted as well. But he basically say, whoever then breaks the least of these commands, meaning the least of what he's teaching us, and also the least of his father's instructions, but they teach men to, follow the instructions, even though they found themselves not following in the past. They teaching men to follow the demonstrations and examples of the only begotten Son, even though they found themselves not following the least of these in the past. But they're teaching that it should be followed. They're teaching that it should be followed. That's more important than, you struggling with following yourself. Teach it. So, because if you teach it to others, that'll give others a chance to do what you weren't able to do. That will give others a opportunity to be able to do what you weren't able to do, where you fell short. So where you're weak, they may be strong. So it's important to share, to teach the teachings of the only begotten Son, to share the instructions of the Father, because where you're weak and where you're falling short, they may be strong. They may be overcoming. So that's why it's important to share this, to teach this, even though you may not have it all together yourself. Teach it, share it, because the people who's listening it may come easy to them. It may come easy to them to follow these instructions. It may become easy to them to follow the examples and demonstrations of the only begotten Son. And when you do this, you find yourself the least in the kingdom, but the least you're in the